Okay, so this is where the new room is going to be, and I'm going to build a partition wall that goes basically from about here all the way over to there. Okay, so this is where I've cut into the molding. This is where the wall is going to go, and this is your pressure treated 2x4. Code states that anything that comes in contact with concrete in a basement is going to need to be pressure treated, and so that's going to be different than your standard 2x4s. You can tell that it's been pressure treated. So that's what we're going to use, and I've got it lined up here because I do have to cut into the carpet underneath. So I'm going to move that over to the middle, and I'm going to cut along the middle of it. I nailed in a nail there so you could see it, but basically to the right of that nail is where the floor joist is. From upstairs. And I marked this side as well with the nail, and so on to the left of here where the X is the middle of the floor joist. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the tack strip away and make sure that I'm cutting through the padding here. Okay, so I'm measuring from the concrete up to the ceiling, and here I've got about 91 1/4. All right, now I have to subtract for the bottom plate and actually the two top plates, and it's 1.5 inches. For those of you who don't know, a 2x4 actually is not 2x4. It's actually 1.5 inches by 3.5. So I gotta subtract this portion plus 2 more. So this is 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches times 3 is 4.5. So 91 1/4 minus 4.5, that's 86 3/4. Okay, so there's 86 3/4. All right, now, so this is where my door is going to be. So I need a jack stud to go on this side, and I'll explain what that is here in a little bit. This is going to be the king stud for my door, and I'll explain what that is. Okay, so my jack stud is going to be at 80 inches. All right, so I've got my king stud and my jack stud. You can see that the one over here, the outside one, is the king stud that supports the jack stud, which is this one, which is going to be where the inside, basically inside here, is the door opening, right? So we're going to put a door in here, and then of course we need to put, this is for illustrative purposes only, a header that goes across like that. But it's going to go. All right, so I just used my chalk line to create a line that goes across the ceiling, which is where my stud will go at the top. That actually marks the outside. Okay, for this part, I'm gonna get a little help from Savannah. Happy birthday. 11 years old and you're helping your dad. That is so nice. All right, so this is our powder actuated tool. This is the Hilti DX36. So basically what that means is we're going to use gunpowder to drive these fasteners into the concrete. Okay, well, there's our fastener. It goes through the pressure-treated 2x4 into the concrete below. And we did that all the way down. All right, forgot to show what I was doing. So I am putting an electrical box on this side. The switch to turn on the light is gonna go over here. Right now, we have a light switch kind of in the middle of that wall, and that's really not gonna work for me. So I'm gonna run my electrical over the doorway and then down. So as you're applying your mud, if you are hearing that sound, that means that your screw is needing to be buried a little bit further. Ready for painting?
No.
How about now?
No.
How about now? Now?